dude, 8:30. I know it's early. Is Rob with you? Because Deborah's calling everybody looking for him, and I'm hoping that he's just at your place, crashed out. Okay, bye.
Wow.
Yeah, this
is like that Dane Cook joke that ends with, I'm going to fucking kill you. And we're just going to move back, and that will be the climax at the end later of our story. But before we get into one of the most epic nights in history, in all of our lives on Friday night.
Really?
Oh, yes. It was huge.
Pretty amusing.
Yeah. Well, I built it up very big now. But first...
well, at 4:30, I woke up, and
I think I should tell you how we got to this point where the call would be needed.
Well, no, there was no call. This is 4:30 in the morning when I got up and I started praying to the porcelain god.
Oh, I thought you were getting a call at that time. Gotcha.
I vomited like nobody's business. All that pizza came right back up. My nickname in high school was Pukey, so I just went back to my high school roots. But now, as I was doing that and that happened, of course, at the door in this little choose-your-own-adventure night that we had, John and Rob, who again at this point, this is their part of skipping a friend. You see? Like you and I bonded.
That's true.
Well, John and Rob hung out that night as well.
Well,
this is how the wingmen are coming together, you see?
Yeah.
You guys went the other way. You went towards Yonge Street.
Yes. I was not as intoxicated as you and Rob were. So at this point, Rob was asking me time after time, which way am I going? I'm going north. I am going north. Let's go, John. You have a fantastic pad. You have a fantastic pad for ladies. Let's go. Let's start a party. So we're walking home, and I didn't know how serious he was, but I was just like, if you want to crash at my place, that's fine. We are going to find some people, and we are going to have a party tonight because it is only 2:45 in the morning. So he kept going, and then we're walking down Queen Street, and there was this giant limo, and people were just yelling, and there was something was going to break out, and I stupidly said, hey, Rob, look, a fight's about to break out. Oh, let's go say hello. I'm like, no, Rob, we're not going to. He's already crossing, like, jaywalking at this time, so I go after him. And then as we approach, this guy gets right in our, yo, is that funny? Is this funny? I'm like, this is not funny at all. And Rob's like, chill down, just simmer down. We just want to say hello. I'm like, no, Rob, we're going to say goodbye. And we quickly go. These men were angry, and they were about to have a fight with whoever was there. So we got out of harm's way there. And then we got there, and then Rob just informed me he would be staying at my place.
That's what he does. It's a South African thing that he does. I can totally see that.
No problem. So we get to my place, and he immediately, I said, hey, if you want anything in the fridge, it's all yours. So he gets a beer at like 3.
Wow.
Just downing a beer. I go to sleep because I'm just dead at this point. And as I'm asleep, I constantly hear this ringing throughout the night. I'm like, Jesus Christ, who's calling Rob at this time? I just keep going back to sleep. I was like, if it's ringing that loud, he'll pick it up. Because at first I thought it was my phone and I'd wake him up or something, but it was not my phone. So then the next thing I hear is just a... I'm like, who the fuck is at my door? I guarantee you it's security, but I did not do anything wrong. Okay, that's definitely my door, and this person's not going away. So I go at like 9 in the morning. I look through the keyhole. Like, wait a minute, and I open, and it's Agnew.
So the reason why this transpired is I left my phone in my kitchen, of which I couldn't hear, but at 8:30 in the morning, my alarm rang, and I got up and get it. I looked at my phone. There were 20 missed calls on my phone. And then I checked my text messages, and there were several text messages from Rob's girlfriend, Deborah. Lovely girl. The text messages and the accompanying voice messages were... Is Rob with you? He didn't come home last night. And I'm like, okay. So I called Deborah, and I'm like, hi, Deborah, it's Jason. Is Rob with you? I'm like, no, I know him and John left last night. He could be at John's house, so let me call John and check that out. Now, if we remember back in this story, remember John didn't have his phone and he had to use a payphone?
Yes.
His phone was still recharging, not on. Therefore, when I called John, I got his answering machine. That was the call that you heard off the top of this segment.
Right.
It was me calling John. So I can't get a hold of John. I called Deborah back. She's going crazy. So I'm like, don't worry. I'll drive downtown and I'll go. And I live in Etobicoke, and I'm like, I'll drive downtown. I'll go check out John's place and make sure that Rob is there. And then I'll get him to call you or what have you. So now remember, I didn't get home till 3 in the morning. I did vomit up a lot of alcohol, but once again, this is a situation where I should not probably have been driving again in the morning. I know they do these news specials on. I did not want to drive, but nonetheless, to ease Deborah's mind. So anyway, I get my car. I drive down there. Now, John's security system
It sucks, apparently.
Well, John's security system, you know the buzzer code?
Yeah, I was there today.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's hooked up to his cell phone. Therefore, if his cell phone is off, you can't buzz up to his apartment.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I buzz in, I get his answering machine. I'm like, fuck. Okay, this girl walked out at that time, so I pretend like John's answered the number, and I walk right in, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to blah, blah, blah. And I just sign in. I'm like, I know it's over there. I'm there all the time. The security guard let me in, which was awesome without questioning me, so I didn't have
So
to
he
explain
buzzed in the
scenario.
second door for
Yeah,
you?
he buzzed in the second door. That's how I got in.
That's where they usually catch people.
Yeah, and I then went upstairs, and then was me banging on the door. And when John answered the door, I just went, is Rob here? Yeah, he's on my couch. All right, he should call Deborah.
Actually, your exact words were, call your wife before she calls the police. And at this point, I'm thinking, I just had a party where I got thrown out. These people already hate me. And now they suspect a domestic issue with a wife threatening to call the police on their husband.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I was pretty loud, too, because I was upset that I was down there at 9 in the morning and extremely hungover. Extremely hungover at this point. So I go in, and Rob is there. And I'm like, hey, did you call Deborah last? Oh, I called her. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. I called her. No, you didn't. He grabs his phone and he goes, oh, Johnson! 41 missed calls.
He did yell that. He yelled,
Johnson.
Johnson something. It was like a JC.
Oh, so
41 missed phone calls. And then
Wow.
before he started drinking his beer from the night before.
Yeah.
He's drinking a Budweiser at 9 in the morning as he calls home and just begs for forgiveness, which he was not getting at that time. I cannot blame Deborah.
Well, the thing was, she wasn't even upset yet. She was crying at that point because she was still so worried and had that sense of relief.
That's the worst when they say,
Yeah.
I'm not angry, I'm disappointed in you.
Well,
That's
I don't,
the worst.
I guarantee you when he got home, that
He
that
took
whole,
a shit
Well,
spray.
I'm sure, yeah. We should
I
have
don't
him
think
on the show
We are
soon.
not going to be. I thought of that tonight, but I think the last thing we were going to do is call him and he telling us the
Yeah.
story with her next to him.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, we couldn't do that.
I don't
He'd
think
have
I'll
to
be
go away.
seeing him until the new year.
No, he'll be fine. He'll be out next weekend.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
I think he's grounded.
No, next weekend.
I think she'll be with him.
Maybe. She might have to supervise.
That's it. Time to go home.
So that
Oh, wow.
was
That is amazing.
That
But
was
that
a Friday.
means, as Rob's calling home, Jay goes into my washroom.